fight like a roaring fight. Grit during dreams under stadium lights. Sweat and fire, hearts ignite. Evening sports buffet, with the Ginch we play. Highlights, wild scores collide. It's the riot live tonight. Blades drawn, bold on the chalkboard slate. Rivals clash, it's a heavyweight fate. Every second pounding, can't wait. Evening sports buffet, with the Ginch we play. Highlights, wild scores collide. It's the riot live tonight. Plays drawn, bold on the chalkboard slate.
Yes, ladies and gentlemen,
It's a heavyweight
another edition of Elite
every
Sports
second pounding, can't
with the
wait.
Ginch, the day after Tuesday. I'm not using my headphones right now because my laptop seems not like me tonight. Having some technical issues. We'll see. But welcome. Hope you got out and voted yesterday. Big plea for the Democrats. Look at Republicans, aristocrats, independents. Welcome. Thanks to the Ginch Quartet there. But welcome. Let's just jump right to it, shall we? Some of the news, the headlines of the day. The Arizona Cardinals are placing quarterback Kyler Murray on IR with that foot injury. They're basically saying that it isn't season ending, but nonetheless, they've placed him on IR. Jacoby Brissett is playing decent. So I am sure they are not going to try and rush Kyler back. There is no timetable, by the way, on his return. The New York Jets have demoted Quincy Williams. A demotion, as I read it here. Put up by Rick Cimini. Espen. Williams said, my coaches told me I was underperforming, that I've been underperforming since training camp. Williams, who said he was informed on Monday by the coaches, described himself as a non-starting Jet. He expects to be active Sunday against the Cleveland Browns, but he's not sure about his role. He said, I have no clue. So again, with the fire sale, with everything going on, everybody being looked at. So he has been demoted. If you're betting on the NBA tonight, for the Warriors versus the Kings. So I guess take the Sacramento Kings plus the points. But they're all out, probably with load management, whatever the fuck that means anymore. Load management. But you wish you had load management at your regular job that you're burning peanuts for? Yeah, I'll work Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, but Thursday, Friday, load management. I'm not coming in, but I'm still getting paid for it. CJ Stroud is out versus the Jags this week. Davis Mills will start. He's still in a concussion protocol. Not taking any chances. He says he feels a little better, but he is out. It's going to be a quick show tonight, by the way. I will save Student Body Right for tomorrow. I still want to go over the initial college football playoff rankings, the first edition for the 2025 season. Rory McIlroy has gotten an apology from the PGA of America's Derek Sprague for his treatment at the Ryder Cup. This reported by ESPN News Services. McIlroy told BBC Sport, I got a lovely email from Derek Sprague apologizing. I said, Erica worked with Derek at the PGA of America back in the day, so we know Derek and his wife pretty well. He couldn't have been more gracious or apologetic, and he wrote us a lovely letter, which we really appreciated. Again, I think the PGA really had anything to do with it other than letting clowns in to watch the Ryder Cup that are drinking all day, the whole 9 yards. I think in future Ryder Cups, they shouldn't sell alcohol. You shouldn't be allowed to bring alcohol onto the course. And if you're visibly intoxicated, you're not going to be allowed in to watch the Ryder Cup. That should kill it in a nutshell. Just like with college football fans, when they started selling alcohol at the stadiums, they need to cut that out. There's people tailgating, drinking all day, and you're selling alcohol inside the stadiums, and they get more belligerent. Utah Jazz center Walker Kessler, he is to have season-ending shoulder surgery, reported by Tim McMahon, Espen. Just says he has a torn labrum. I've had surgeries to repair my torn labrum. And now I have arthritis in my shoulder, which requires shoulder surgery. But he's out for the year. Yusuf Nurkic, he will be his replacement. I'll jump to the NFL for some NFL news. Or some other NFL news, anyway. Jaguars GM came out and said he touts Jacoby Myers as superpower to not drop passes. Reported by Michael Duraco, Espen. James Gladstone, the Jaguars general manager, said, we're looking forward to seeing how his skill set fits within the system. Again, all these trades that have been made, I still need to see it on the field. How they're going to blend in. Is it going to make that much big of a difference? He said, I think from afar it does. You think about where we're at in terms of volume of drops. What's his superpower? It's not dropping the football. So you just take it from the surface level. It seems fitting. Again, you still need to produce. We'll see how he fits in, especially with Travis Hunter on IR. So there you have it. Some of the top NFL news. Jump to the association. Go over some scores from yesterday. Would have been Tuesday, by the way. The Raptors beat the Bucks 128-110. For the Bucks, Giannis had 22 points. He was the leading scorer. For the Raptors, R.J. Barrett and Scotty Barnes, each with 23 points apiece to lead the Raptors to victory. Hawks beat the Magic 127-112. Excuse me. For the Magic, Paolo Banchero, 22 points, 11 rebounds. For the Hawks, they were led by Zachary Rissash, 21 points. The Hawks with the W. Bulls beat the 76ers. Bulls kind of a surprise this year so far. They're 6-1. 76ers, Tyrese Maxey, 39 points. Led the Sixers. For the Bulls, Josh Giddey, 29 points. He also had 15 rebounds, 12 assists. Ladies and gentlemen, that would be a triple-double. The Bulls, surprisingly, 6-1. Pelicans get their first win of the year. They beat the Hornets 116-112. For the Hornets, Miles Bridges with 22 points. Khan Newpel, he had 12 rebounds. For the Pelicans, Trey Murphy III with 21 points. Warriors beat the Suns 118-107. For the Suns, Devin Booker, 38 points. Mark Williams added 16 boards. For the Warriors, Stephen Curry, 28 points, led the way. And Thunder remained undefeated by beating the Clippers 126-107. Shea did his thing, 30 points, led the Thunder. For the Clippers, James Harden with 25 points. On the schedule for today, good slate. Philadelphia at the Cavs, Utah at Detroit, Brooklyn at Indiana, Washington at Boston, Minnesota at New York, Houston at Memphis, New Orleans at Dallas, Miami at Denver, San Antonio at Los Angeles, the Lakers, Oklahoma City at Portland, and Golden State at Sacramento. Those 7 o'clock games just tipping off. Let me jump to the NHL. As soon as it updates here. Scores from yesterday. Mammoth beat the Sabres 2-1. The Mammoth are 9-4. Surprising. Flyers beat the Canadiens in overtime in a shootout, 5-4. Bruins beat the Islanders 4-3. The Hurricanes blanked the Rangers 3-0. Stars over the Oilers 4-3. Wild over the Preds 3-2. Avalanche over the Lightning 3-2. Golden Knights over the Red Wings 1-0. Ducks over the Panthers 7-3. And the Kings beat the Jets 3-0. On the slate today, the Mammoth at the Maple Leafs, the Blues at the Capitals, Blue Jackets at the Flames, Blackhawks at the Canucks, Sharks at the Kraken. Again, it's going to be a short show. You know what? I'll jump to football, NCAA football, just briefly. So if you watched yesterday, if the playoffs started today, Ohio State would be your 1 seed, Indiana would be the 2 seed, Texas A&M would be the 3 seed, Alabama would be the 4 seed. They would all get buys. In your first round, number 12 Memphis would play number 5 Georgia. Number 6 Ole Miss would play Virginia. Number 7 BYU and number 10 Notre Dame would square off. And in a tasty matchup, number 8 Texas Tech would take on number 9 Oregon. That's how it stands today. But this will change. We've got, 4 weekends left of college football? Plus the conference championship games. So I'm not putting too much stock into this. Because it'll change week to week. You notice Texas is the first team out. I still think they'll make the playoffs some sort of way. So we're breaking it down here. In the SEC, Alabama, Georgia, Ole Miss, Texas A&M all in. Texas would be out. Teams still with an outside chance. Missouri, Oklahoma, and Vanderbilt. Big Ten right now, you have Indiana, Ohio State, and Oregon would all be in. USC would be the first team out. Still in the mix for a potential playoff berth, you have Iowa. They would have to win out, basically. These teams would have to basically win out. Iowa, Michigan, and Washington would all have to win out. Big 12, BYU and Texas Tech are in. BYU or Utah would be out. But again, Utah could still make it if they went out. Cincinnati is still in the mix, although they got tattooed by Utah. ACC, Virginia. They would be in as of right now. They're undefeated in the ACC. They're on top of the ACC. Louisville, Duke, Georgia Tech, Miami, SMU. They would probably have to win the ACC. There's only going to be one team from the ACC that makes it, by the way. And whoever the ACC champ is, that would be it. Notre Dame would be in, unless they screw up somewhere. Group of 5, Memphis right now would be in, but we'll see. There's South Florida, North Texas, James Madison, San Diego State, all still have a shot to make it. There is college football on tonight. Some action. Check out the action if you can. But right now in the first quarter, Ball State up on Kent State 3-0. And also in the first quarter, Toledo up on Northern Illinois 7-3. Again, I said it was going to be a quick show. It is. I'm still watching post-election coverage. I'm going to turn over to some action. I will save student body right for tomorrow. Make my predictions for the top 25 games this weekend. And then I will also, the matchup of the week, BYU and Texas Tech. And I will have another edition of who gets the finger for that game. So, practice compassion, practice empathy, have passion for what you do. Hug somebody, you might make a difference. Tell somebody you love them. Might not get a second opportunity. And for God's sakes, if you see somebody struggling, inquire, ask questions, just pick their brain. Can you get them help? What can you possibly do? Might not just be saving a life, you might be saving multiple lives. Again, short show today, hopefully longer tomorrow. There's only one thing left to do. And that's for Dandy Dunn to take me out.
Turn out the lights, the party's over. They say that all good things must end. Call it a night, the party's over. And tomorrow and next year starts the same old thing again. Turn out the lights, the party's over. They say that all good things must